Internet, this is my bookshelf. She's been with me probably since high school. My sister and I built this thing together, and we have collected so many books over the years. Now it's 2023, and I have not touched all these books on my shelf. There's a lot that are mostly my sister's from her teenage youth, and there were things on here that I don't particularly care for. So I think it's time to reevaluate some of the books on this shelf and determine if I want to hold on to it or if it's time to part ways. So I am now serving as part of a Panhellenic group in my county, and we have a garage sale that's kind of coming up, and a couple of the items that I'm thinking about bringing are some books, and I actually did bring books for my last meeting, and a lot of them sold and they were very popular, and that's where I got The Girls by Emma Cline. So I'm thinking I might bring a new stack of books with me to the garage sale for a meeting this upcoming week, or if they don't sell, that we'll either give them away to charity or hold on to them to sell off at another auction or another meeting. So I think it's time to unhaul this bookshelf, so come with me and let's get started. Everything that's on the shelf now compiled into a mess. So I think I'm going to split these books up into 3 categories. So the first is going to be books that I know I've read in the past, or books that I know I got for the intent of reading them and want to read them or reread them again. So I'll keep those in a separate pile, and then there's going to be books that I know I haven't gone to yet and they're kind of iffy-ish on my TBR, but I'm still want to give them another chance, so that'll be pile number 2, and then pile number 3 will be the ones that are going to be put into the donate / send away for the garage sale books. So I don't know how I'm going to attack this. So the first one I've got is The Institute by Stephen King. I read this one 2 years ago. I don't necessarily need to hold on to it, so I think this will probably be the first book that I put into the donate pile. And then next one is Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. Also a fantastic book by Stephen King. I have a lot of Stephen King on the shelf, so just bear with me. This was actually a gift from my friend from college, so I think I want to hold on to this just for the sake of good memories. And also, it's a cute little night-sized book, so this might be we'll put this in the maybe pile just to be safe. And then I have Red Dragon, the first story of the Hannibal Lecter series. I read this one 2 years ago on a trip. Loved the television series, loved the movies. I don't know if I necessarily enjoyed the book, but it was still very decent. And I think I want to potentially hold on to this to give to a friend for a birthday or one of the holidays. So I'm going to put this into the maybe pile as well with The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. Next up I have is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. This is one that is just a classic, and I haven't read it in forever, so I actually do want to reread this. So this will be the first book in the hold on to it pile. I could put that over there. Next one is Slaughterhouse 5. This is one that I read for my American literature class in high school. I think I might actually want to reread this, but I'm not 100% sure if I want to hold on to it or get a digital copy. So this might be a maybe book. Now we're breaching into the territory-ish of books that I have not read, and these are ones that my sister collected in high school. So this is I Like Him, He Likes Her, and I don't know, it's not really singing to me, so this might go into the donate pile. Or better yet, you know what, we're going to create a 4th category, so this might be ones that I kind of hold on to give back to my sister or friends and see if they want to hold on to it. Next one I have is To Kill a Mockingbird by Herbert Lee. Another classic. Read it back in high school, and You know what, I think I want to hold on to this, so I'm going to put it next to Dorian Gray. Alright, that's one pile down. We have, like, a bunch more to go. So next one I have is Number to Stars by Lois Lowry. And this is one that I have not read, and I actually do want to read it eventually, so I'm going to hold on to it in this pile over yonder. The book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. Another classic. I absolutely love this book. The movie devastated me, and you know what, I'm just going to hold on to it because I actually might want to reread it at some point. Crooked Kingdom, Lee Bardugo. Yeah, not a question, we're keeping that one. Next one is Salem's Lot by Stephen King. This book kind of was daunting, and I have mixed feelings about this book, but it is very good, and I think this is originally my granddad's, so I think I want to hold on to this, so I'll just go ahead and keep it. Next one I've got is The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian. I think I actually did try reading this in high school. I don't know how far I got. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I actually do want to read this, so I'm going to put this in with the... Ugh. Next one is Sandcastle Girls. This, I don't even know what the heck this is about, so... Take you next. Alright, next one I've got is The Espressologist by Christina Springer. I think I tried reading this one in high school. It seems very YA-y, very rom-com-y. Not exactly my genre, but I mean, it does look appealing. It's about coffee. So this might be a maybe book. Maybe. This one is crazy. I think this is another one that my sister read, and I don't remember if I tried to read it or not. So this might go into the ask for guidance before proceeding pile. Next one I had got is Colony of the Lost. I don't even remember when I got this. This might have been a Christmas present a long time ago, and I don't even remember reading it. You know what, we might put this in the maybe pile just because this might seem up in my alley. I don't know. I don't even remember getting it. Next one I've got is Stalking Jack the Ripper. This is a very compelling series about a girl that's basically stalking all these monsters in classic 1890s Victorian England, and I know it's supposed to be a series. I wasn't as jazzed about the book when I read it. There were some problematic elements that I found, but I probably do want to give it another chance because the rest of the series does sound very intriguing, so I think I'm going to put this in the maybe pile. The Girls, Emma Klein. You know my thoughts about this, but I don't think we need to dabble into this anymore. You're going away. So the next two I have are Still Me by Jojo Moyes and China Rich Girlfriend by Kim and Kwan. These are both part of series that I need to basically read. This is supposed to be part of the Crazy Rich Asian series, and this is supposed to be part of the Me Before You series. I don't know. I definitely do want to read the Crazy Rich Asian series, but I feel like I need to read the first book, so I'll hold on to this in the maybe pile, and then this one's Still Me. This just doesn't really sound up my alley. Oh, crap. Oh, my God, where do I go? Where do I go? Ah! Okay, we're going to start with the chair pile. We'll get to the rest of the floor ones later. Red Riding Hood. This was the movie with Amanda Seyfried that got, I think, adapted as a book at the same time. I actually reread this already back a couple years ago. It wasn't as good as I remembered it being, but I don't know, it still is a really good retelling of it, so I might just hold on to this and maybe give it to a friend and figure out what to do with it. Grave Mercy. This is a really intriguing book about young women in medieval England and stuff, pretty much being chosen to be assassins, and this was actually quite good. There was just some parts that I was kind of like, on, but it was actually quite decent, and I think it's supposed to be a series as well where we're following her friends in this coven of assassins, so I think I actually do want to hold on to this and maybe just reread it before I get to the rest of the series. I have a lot to go through, and I know this is probably going to be really fast, so I'm just going to try to go through as many as I can and just sort of do off the cuff things. Codename Verity, this is supposed to be a spy book set in World War II. You know what, hold on to it, sounds interesting. Alright, and then you have this little, I think, duology of Unwind and Unholy. We're gonna figure out with my sister about that. Educated by Tara Westover, this is a memoir. Actually quite good, but I don't really need to hold on to it. Code Girls, this is about code breakers in World War II. I'll go ahead and put that into the hold on to it pile. Love and Gelato, it's a cute book. I don't necessarily enjoy young adult fiction often. You know what, we'll put that in the maybe pile. The Crow Girl, this might also be another Christmas present that I got from my family a long time ago and I just never got into it. I should get into this, so I'll probably hold on to it. The Silent Patient, Alex Michaelides, the controversial man himself with the Greek mysteries and all that stuff in England. This was actually quite good, but I also don't need to hold on to it, so I'm also okay with giving it away. Actually, I might want to give that away to a friend, so putting it into the hold on to it, then save it for a friend pile. Jodi Picoult, 19 Minutes. I think this is supposed to be about a school shooting, I think. I think my mom gave this to me at one point, but I just never got around to it. Yeah, so I'm gonna donate this. It's Tuscan Child, not my alley, no. Mountains Beyond Mountains. This is a book that I think I won for a prize that I got in high school. I should read this because I got this as a gift and it actually does sound very intriguing, so I want to hold on to this. The Loose Ends List. This is amazing. If you have never read this, I would highly, highly recommend it. I actually do want to read it again because this is just flippin' adorable, so we're holding on to it. We have a dent, guys! We made a dent! Power Habit. This is just a self-help book. Didn't really get as much out of it, but it was still very interesting, but I think it could be better sought by somebody else. Please Ignore Vera Dates, a young adult book. Don't really know what to do with it. Ask the sister. American Spy. This was a very intriguing book about a young black woman during the Cold War that's working for the CIA, and it's very compelling and interesting, and I don't necessarily need to hold on to it, so I'll donate and see who else could get a show out of it. This is Intimations by Sadie Smith. This is supposed to be an essay collection from COVID-19, when we were at the beginning of the pandemic. I don't know, I feel like I should read this, but I don't know. I'm kind of wavering on it. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile. Okay, same kind of different as me. This is supposed to, I don't really know what this is about. We're gonna put this in the maybe pile. Alright, Sweet Bitter by Stephanie Dandler. I don't remember this cover. What? Why did they change the covers? I don't remember this cover. When did this get changed? Anyway, I love this book, so we're gonna hold on to it. Oh, we're gonna have a no. Okay, you're on timeline here. Florian Ulysses, Kate D. Camilla, cute book. Don't necessarily need to hold on to it, but somebody else might get a kick out of it. It's not like I planned it this way. Apropos title, but I don't need to hold on to it. Things That Matter. I think this might have been a book that my sister had for class at some point. Donate pile. The Ghost. This is a spy novel. Again, it's nonfiction, but I actually am intrigued by this, so I'll hold on to it. The Bet by Paul Sabine. I should be reading more nonfiction, but I'm still kind of wavering on it, so maybe pile. Where Things Come Back. This is sister pile. Dinner with the Smileys. Yeah, again, this is a donate pile. Tragedy Paper, sister pile. Winter's Kiss, sister pile. I Might Regret This by Abby Jacobson from Broad City and the reboot series of A League of Their Own. Great essay collection. I love this book. I'm holding on to this because I just absolutely love the heck out of this. Endless Summer and Going Too Far by the Jennifer Eccles, aka the woman that wrote probably one of the worst books I've ever read. Goodbye. I might put some of these books together as like little collections and kind of be like, oh yeah, here's a young adult romance collection, here's a nonfiction collection and female literature collection, and kind of like make little bundles together so that way I can build more value and see what they want to do. Optimist Guide of Letting Go. This was done by the same author that did The Coincidence of Coconut Cake. I actually do want to read this, so I'm going to hold on to it. Where They Found Her. I think I tried reading this, and I think I had to stop because I just wasn't getting into it. But I do want to read it again, so I might... We're going to put that in the keep pile. Stories by Dorothy Parker. She's on my read list, and I need to get through this, so we're keeping Dorothy Parker's books. Hillbilly Elegy by J.D. Vance. Read this back, I think, a year or two ago. Pretty good. But I don't need to hold on to it, so somebody else will get joy from that. Red Queen by Victoria Avord. I tried reading this in school, but I couldn't get into it. So I might actually save that for a friend, maybe at a different point. The Name of the Star is a young adult book about a group of ghost hunters finding Jack the Ripper. Actually a very intriguing series, but I don't know, I might sort of... I'll get that to my sister maybe and see what she thinks of it. Little Beach Street Bakery by Jenny Coolgan. And I don't need to hold on to it. Catcher in the Rye, J.G. Salinger. I read this back in high school. I don't remember what I thought of it the first time around, but I do want to reread it, just for the sake of rereading it, so that will go in the keep pile. Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. This was a nonfiction book about a black woman whose cells were taken during when she was getting cancer treatments. It was a very compelling read. I don't necessarily need to hold on to this, but again, somebody will get a kick out of it, so I'll go ahead and put that there. The Woman in Black. This is one I think that my grandmother gave me at one point. I don't really know what this is supposed to be about. Jellicoe Road, I don't really know what this is supposed to be about. I think this is another one of those young adult novels. You know what, we'll put it with the young adult collection in the donate pile. Grendel by John Gardner. Didn't really 100% love it, but I didn't hate it either. Maybe pile. Killers of the Flower Moon. This is supposed to be the birth of the FBI, so you want to hold on to it. Rich and Mad. Again, another young adult novel that I have no interest in. The Charming Quirks of Others. I don't really know what this is supposed to be about, other than this might be a mystery novel? Maybe? Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. Classic. Hulu made a series out of it. I don't necessarily need to hold on to it, so goodbye. The chair is empty. There is nothing in the chair. We are making progress. The Warrior. This is a retelling of the War of the Roses. I wasn't really 100% compelled by it, but because I think I tried to read it and I had to DNF it. But maybe somebody else could get joy out of it. I don't know. I'll hold on to it just in case. The Witches. This is a... I don't really know what the style is, but this is supposed to be following the whole witch trials of 1692. I think I did try reading it, and again, I could not get through it, but I maybe want to give it another chance. The Ride of a Lifetime by the Bob Iger himself. I read this for my capstone class for my business major, and I really enjoyed it, so I actually do want to hold on to it. Keep pile. Frankenstein, Mary Shelley, no question, we're keeping it. To Drink Coffee with a Ghost by Amanda Lovelace. Poetry collection, actually liked it, so we'll keep it. Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed. This is following a young black woman who's a nanny for this woman, and she gets into trouble with the police when she's caught in a grocery store babysitting the young girl that she's working with, and actually a very good story, so I'll hold on to that. Normal People, Sally Rooney. Was not a huge fan, but I think maybe one of my friends might enjoy it, so I'll put that in a maybe pile. So this is Homegoing, and I read this back 2021. Very interesting take on following a family tree line from multi-generational viewpoints. Very good. Might maybe give this to a friend, so I'll hold on to this and get that away at some point. So I know I brought up at one point, or maybe I did, about a blind date with a book, and I was going to make a video about it until this happened. This is The Less Dead. When Taylor Swift was writing Antihero, this was the book that she was talking about. This is the problem. In the flesh. I don't need to hold on to you, so goodbye. Alright, My Sister the Serial Killer. This is a very funny and gruesome novel, and I love it, so I'm gonna hold on to it. Okay, The Sun and Flowers by Ruby Kaur. I love this, and this is actually a very good poetry collection, so I'll hold on to it. One Day in December. Goodbye. Mexican Gothic. Wasn't really 100% thrilled, but I think I might just hold on to it in case a friend wants to hold on to it. Earthlings. This is probably one of the strangest books I've ever read in my life. And it's very disturbing, and I might want to save this for my friends. Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. This is actually recommended by the YouTube's librarian, Jack Edwards, and I love this book, so I'm going to hold on to it. You Left Me by Carolyn Kepnes. This is the third book to the You series. The fourth book is coming out, and I am not prepared for it. But I don't necessarily need to hold on to it either, so I'll put that away. The Midnight Library, Matt Haig. Good book, but it could be read elsewhere. Little Women, amazing book, holding on to it. Dash and Lily's Book of Dares, cute novel, holding on to it. Untamed by Glennon Doyle. Okay, but somebody else can read it. Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. Great book, very heavy-handed in the mental health topics, but also very important to be discussing. So, good book, we're gonna hold on to it. And last one, Death on the Nile by Agatha Christie. I love this. This is actually probably my favorite book by her. I need to read more of her, but this is by far my favorite, so we're holding on to it. We did it! We did it! Oh my god! Okay, so I think I have my pile of everything ready to go, so I might honestly have to split this into a two-part video to figure out what's going to happen next, because I have all my books that I've got to donate for next weekend, but I think probably in another video I will reorganize the bookshelf and also include all the books that are currently going to be on my TBR and any of the books that I want to reread this year. I'll go ahead and put those as the priority, and then we'll get the shelf rearranged, but we'll make that another video. So I'll go ahead and probably end it here. Thank you all so much for watching, and if there are any books that I listed in here that I kind of said no thanks to, then please let me know in the comments so that way I can try to re-add it or find another copy to add on. So again, thank you all so much, and I will catch you in the next video.